Hi, everybody. I wanted to relay a story to you guys that I thought about last night. It was when I was trucking back quite a few years ago, and showing what I've learned from something that happened. What happened was I was just starting out trucking, and I had stopped at a truck stop. This truck stop's south of Dallas-Fort Worth, and right across the freeway from the truck stop is where they held the first Farm Aid, just to kind of give you an idea. And what I did is I went into the truck stop. I just started, so I didn't have any money. The owner of the truck stop was a recovering alcoholic. Now, this truck stop had a bar in it, the whole 9 yards. Now, I don't know why truck stops have bars in them, but that was just, that was a thing. It was kind of a hole in the wall, but this guy, he took and he came up to me, started talking to me, and he realized I had no money, so he literally gave me $100. And he said to me, you'll pay it back when you can. And at the time, I just thought he was a crazy old man. I had no clue who he was or, anything. And I found out later that he was actually the owner of the truck stop. But he just walked up and started conversating and gave me $100. And it really struck me what he said. The fact of, just remember this when you see somebody else in need, and then just pay me back when you can. Whenever you can. And he didn't know whether I'd be back or not. He didn't know whether I'd, run off. It was $100 back then. This is 20 years ago. Back then, it was like, really? Actually, it was more than 20 years ago, a lot more than 20 years ago. But anyway, it struck me, I just thought he was crazy, because nobody did that. Nobody ever did that. Nobody went out of their way to help anybody or anything else. And I thought, wow. So later on in life, as I get older and I start doing my personal development and things like that, I realized what this guy was doing. He was doing a pay it forward. And what he said was really almost insane to me at the time, because I was young, dumb, and, just full of it. But yet I needed something, and apparently this guy just came into my life to help me out for that little bit. And it really did help me out. But it was the funniest thing. I mean, back then I didn't know that, things happen for a reason. I didn't even understand that. I just knew that somebody had come out of what I considered the darkness at that point, because I was trying to do anything I could, and showed me a little light and a little love. And I mean, he didn't have to do that. I mean, he just didn't have to do that. And the cool part is that about literally took me about a year later before I got back to that truck stop. When I got back to that truck stop, I paid him back, and the guy did not even realize that I owed him any money. It was the funniest thing, because of the fact that here he had given me $100, and then a year later he didn't realize, and I found out later that he did it all the time. He would do those kind of things. So it just goes to show you that, if you're kind to people, even if everybody's mean to you and nasty and, whatever, they're an asshole, whatever no matter what, if you're kind to people, that will come around. Maybe you change somebody's life when they really need it. You never know how you can affect somebody's life by just a kind word or a hug or a smile even, instead of, thinking like we always do. I mean, I used to be to the point where, somebody would cut me off and then flip me off in traffic, and I'd follow them home, and talk about a stalker. And it was like, now I just wonder why or what they thought that I did that was so bad that they had to flip me off. That's personal development on my part. And that's what I've learned. But I wanted to kind of convey this story to you guys because of the fact that I thought it was pretty cool. I thought about it last night and realized, wow, I really learned a lesson there, and I didn't even realize I learned the lesson when I did it. But hey, 25, 30 years later, I'm telling you about it. So anyway, I hope you all got something good from this, and I hope you all understand what I was talking about. Pay it forward. Be nice to people. Have a smile at somebody. So what if they're angry? Maybe you can be the one that turns that day around. And remember your personal development. All right. You guys have a great one. Thanks so much.